what we found is that there are distinct patterns, that these questions fall into distinct categories. And much of our further work actually goes about looking at what distinguishes a so-called harder question from a so-called medium from a so-called easy question. What we're really actually trying to do, and I have a PhD student who works on that, is to come up to enumerate what are the actual cognitive processes that are involved and are being stimulated to solve a certain question. And then develop a taxonomy. What we'd like to do is sort of have a classification scheme in which we can say this kind of question stimulates this cognitive process and leads to that thinking skill for the student. And that cognitive process is more complex and therefore perceived by the student as being harder. See, the problem with sort of degree of difficulty is that degree of difficulty really consists of two parts. One is the level of familiarity. Even something that is very difficult, if we do it often enough, it feels easy, like driving a car. It's a very complex process, cognitive process, but since we do it all the time, it feels easy. So the degree of familiarity compared to the degree of cognitive complexity. So we try to sort of peel this apart and then have a taxonomy for the cognitive processes. And what we find is that the students actually one notices that these shift patterns indicate which kind of classification, which kind of box these questions fall into.